Hello, this is the recording I'm doing for the brain bot of our anthill automated eradication system. So, quickly, the premise of this system, the brain bot controls and communicates with the other three bots in this system and does all of the heavy lifting for determining where these bots need to go and making sure that it's collecting the data that it needs to collect to make the decisions it needs to make. So we have two main sections here. We got a power section that's kind of grouped together with this processor here, which will control all of the simulated antenna functions and communicate that respectively to the Arduino. And then on the right here, this is the automated self-moving system. So we got 4 ultrasonic sensors and a motor for each wheel. And I'm going to just very quickly scroll through the code for each respective processor. On the left here, we have the Arduino with all the variable definitions at the top here. Pin setup, serial monitor setup, all that kind of stuff. This main loop here is a clean version of the main critical decisions that the bot needs to process and make. On the top here, we have a while loop that it'll get pulled into if it detects that, hey, the bot that is out in the field right now is now out of range of the antenna and we need to move closer. This will control that. And then the second function, the second if statement here will just control simply the receiving of the data from the bot out in the field and the transmitting to the antenna. Okay, hey, let's move on to the next bot and send the next bot out. We have some larger functions down here that are going to do a lot of the processing. Just scrolling through just so everyone can see it. Okay, and then on the right here, this is the code for the antenna microcontroller itself. So this is going to handle all the antenna signals coming in and out. Okay, so now that I got all that out of the way, we're going to start the simulation. Right off the bat, we have goes into the antenna processor, and let's see. Okay, so it will send the bot out into the field. This delay is to simulate the bot moving around, doing its thing. And the simulator time is lagging far behind real time, so we're just going to have to deal with that. Got a power indicator light here. Once this hits 5 seconds, it'll should kick back. And there we go. Okay, so a bot has been a bot reached out to the brain bot saying that it completed its task and it has data. So the antenna processor will reach out to the Arduino and let it know that it completed its task. Arduino will go through. I'm gonna go through this loop one more time. Arduino will go through and say, okay, antenna, I've received that information. It's good to send the next bot. Oh, the serial monitor, I forgot to pull that up. So the first command was sent, and we'll probably see that. There we go. Command 2 sent. So there we go. It's sending the second bot. So it'll just iterate through until all 4 have been sent. But we don't care as much about that. So I'm going to manually make it so that the bot out in the field right now is now out of range. And what will the brain bot do? Well, let's take a look. So it should communicate to the Arduino, hey, it's out of range. We need to move closer. And the Arduino We'll call that sensor pull function, collect all the data from the ultrasonic sensors, process the direction that it needs to go, and oh, would you look at that? There's no object. If I click on all these very quickly, there's no object that's like super close to the ultrasonic sensors, so it's just going to keep moving straight. And does it do that? Yes, all four move straight. Okay, so what happens if something is approaching very closely on the right here? What it does is it'll collect that data, and oh look, we got pushed to the function sharp left turn here. So now what it's doing is it's forcing the bot to engage the two motors on the right and turn off the two motors on the left that power the wheels, so that the bot will turn very sharply to the left for a set period of time. This is a real thing. I would have calculated that delay. And yeah, so there's that functioning properly. Let me just pull that object away now that it's now that the device, the bot has moved. Okay, let's say there's something that's like coming up on the right but isn't super close, so we wouldn't really need a sharp right turn. So what will it do? Look at that, a slight right turn. So it goes through and it does that, does a slight right turn by engaging only one of the motors on the left instead of both. So that's how it distinguishes between sharp turns and slight turns. And it'll do that till it's closer to the bot itself. And then once it is, it can start transmitting and receiving that data again. So that's the premise. Thank you for listening.